President Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID relief package hit hurdles in the House, but it did ultimately, of course, get passed. And now the pressure turns to the Senate as lawmakers come up with their own version of the bill. NewsNation's Joe Khalil live for us in Washington, D.C. tonight with a look at this. Joe.
Yeah, Rob, and today, a couple of members of the more progressive wing of the Democratic Party still wage, and they're also at the same time telling their party leaders find a way to get it done as they introduce a brand new wealth tax. But it's not exactly certain how much support they're going to have moving forward for either one. Frustrated their $15 minimum wage won't be part of the COVID relief package, today progressives in Congress unveiled their plan for a tax on what they call the ultra-rich.
We have watched the wealth of the billionaire class in America increase by more than $1 trillion over the last year.
The proposal would impose a tax of 2% on the total net worth of households valued at $50 million or higher, and a 3% tax on those worth more than $1 billion.
A 2-cent wealth tax would just help level the playing field.
But some Democrats aren't giving up the fight for a $15 minimum wage. They're calling on Vice President Kamala Harris to force a Senate vote to put the wage hike back into the COVID relief bill.
Overruling the parliamentarian is not unprecedented. Hubert Humphrey did it in 1967 and 1969. Rockefeller did it.
Though it's not clear all Democrats are on board. Today, President Biden's press secretary, Jen Psaki, threw cold water on that idea.
The president, the vice president have made the decision they're not going to move forward with that step.
Republicans charge the wage hike could force many struggling small businesses to shutter. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says the increase could cost 1.4 million jobs.
If this was ever a good idea, it's not a good idea to do during a pandemic.
The bill is passed.
Meanwhile, the $1.9 trillion COVID relief package, which includes $1,400 checks for most Americans, is now in the hands of the Senate. Democratic leaders hope to have it on President Biden's desk by the middle of the month. Now, there is another way that some Democrats are pushing to get an increase in the minimum wage, and that would essentially be to fundamentally change the Senate rules, lowering the 60-vote threshold to just 51 votes to pass a minimum wage. Now, that would fundamentally, again, change how the Senate works, but it's not exactly clear how many Democrats even support that. It may be hard to get popular support for a move that would be considered that drastic. Reporting live tonight in Washington, D.C., Joe Khalil, NewsNation.